It's podcadzo.
America. When was the last time you saw Team America?
Never.
You've never seen Team America?
Yeah, I've never seen it.
I doubt that because you knew the song. You fucking.
It's on the internet. Like the
Well,
video.
you've just seen the video. You haven't seen the full movie. Really?
I've seen like an. I'll show you what I've seen. You can tell me if it's Team America. Or maybe the internet will.
I think the TV's off. Yeah.
I know.
Did it turn on?
No, you need to turn it on. I said off and on again. You stupid fuck.
First of all, fuck you. Second
Please
of all,
and thank you.
don't talk to me like that. Third of all, I thought.
There it is.
You figured it out, guys. Woo. Whoop-de freak.
I didn't really figure anything out. We turned it off and on again. I can't. Oh, it is Team America.
Do you know what it's about? Do you know the gist of Team America? Do you know who created it? It's by Trey Parker and Matt Stone, the creators of South Park.
I had a hint. I had a hunch because they the Red Rocks thing. They played it at the Red Rocks thing with Les Claypool.
Right. I saw that. And
is it claymation?
It's
or stop
puppets.
motion?
They literally just use puppets and they make like an action movie
So it's like
about a team of world
Robot Chicken.
police. Yeah, a little bit of Robot Chicken. Let me make sure this camera's recording. Okay. Let's get to what's up.
okay. Hold on. Okay. So, how are you?
Right now could be better. I'm in
Why?
this bullshit chair. What chair do I usually sit in? It's not this one, is it?
Yeah.
Is it the same one?
Yeah. I only
Well,
have these two.
I'm not good still.
Do you want me to go get Kelsey's?
No, it's fine.
I can.
Oh, you know what? No, before I've sat on the one that we use for guests sometimes, which is
Yeah, that's Kelsey's. I can
Yeah.
go get it.
don't get it. I'm fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You've been sitting in that one for a minute.
I know. It just feels different.
I've been meaning. Well, is it lowered? Because I think
Might be
we've been
lowered.
using it.
It's actually pretty comfy.
Let's not talk about chairs for the intro. How's that? Because I was about to go into a whole story about this chair that I have that I need to go get.
Really?
Yeah, let's not
Actually?
do that though.
Okay, fine. Then. Well, other than the chair, I'm fine.
Okay.
I just got back from Amsterdam.
Yeah, how was your trip?
Amsterdamage. It was sick, dude. I love Amsterdam.
What did you do besides the stuff?
The stuff. I walked around downtown a lot. Drank lots of beer. Smoked lots of legal marijuana in coffee shops.
How is the marijuana situation?
pretty?
Is it mostly CBD?
No.
Okay.
It's all THC.
Oh, okay.
I didn't find any like just CBD products.
Really? I
Yeah.
thought that they had like a decent amount of just CBD stuff.
No, I mean, I didn't really seek it out, so maybe in some shops they do.
Yeah.
But all I saw advertised was THC. So, they have coffee shops. First, last time I was in Amsterdam, I learned an interesting thing about it, which is that weed is not legal there. In fact, it's illegal.
Yeah. They just let it
Yeah, there's
slide
just-
there so that it doesn't get out of control like in other parts.
Exactly. It's I forget the word in Dutch, but it's some philosophy they have that's just like kind of let it be, that sort of thing, which is pretty cool. It's a great city, man. I've been to a few places in Europe now, and I think I agree with Europe a lot more than the States. Like, it just feels...
Well, you agree with, I think, well, not to speak for you. You agree
No, I'd
with
like to hear
the
this.
idea of the United States, but the way that it's being executed is not the correct way.
Yeah, and I don't even mean like philosophical idea. I just mean like the vibe, the pace the pace of life.
Okay.
I don't know, it just feels so different there. But I mean, I'm sure if I spend enough time there, I'd feel like anywhere normal. Just because I've been there on like
Maybe.
vacation. But I don't know, yeah, it's just things are a lot different in Europe than they are in the States.
It's interesting. A lot of people from Europe come here and never go back to Europe, and then a lot of people from America go to Europe and never really come back.
Yeah, definitely.
So maybe it's just like a grass is greener type situation.
Right. You just like what's new and different, what you don't know, what you're not used to. But yeah, Amsterdam's great. It's really pretty. It's like, yeah, amazingly beautiful downtown, and the buildings are cool.
I really want to go to Amsterdam someday.
Yeah, we'll make it happen. We'll do a show there one day.
That'd be crazy
sick.
if we were there together.
That's my dream.
Yeah. Let's do it. We'll make it happen.
Make it happen.
We've done crazier things.
Yeah. True. How are you doing?
I'm good. I was in Colorado Springs for work all week, which maybe not as like scenic and interesting as Amsterdam, but I had a lot of fun. I thought it was a good time.
Nice.
Colorado Springs is really changing a lot.
I haven't spent any time there since I was a kid. I used to go there somewhat often because I had a cousin that lived in the Springs, but I've only driven through.
Pretty much that's the same for me. I have only driven through it, but driving through it now, it's just a lot bigger. There's a lot more on like the south side, and like they fill out the west a bit. So it's very interesting.
Didn't Fort Collins surpass the Springs in population at one point?
I have no idea, to be honest. I'm getting a phone call. Oh, it's spam. Hell yeah. Thought it might be an emergency because people only fucking call me if it's an emergency.
Don't call him.
Unless it's an emergency. But yeah, I'm chilling. I was very sleepy, but I feel like I'm catching up now, and it's good to be back.
Have you ever done clonazepam?
I have no idea what that is.
Some anxiety medication, and I was getting ready to go on my flight back from the States, or to the States from Amsterdam, and a friend of mine gave me clonazepam to take, and I had the weirdest sleep experiences on the plane.
Really?
Yeah.
Did it knock you out,
though? It knocked
or?
me out, and then I kept waking up and having these like hallucinations. At one point, the cart lady came by, and I was sleeping, and I slept, so I like stacked up some pillows and shit on the fold-out table and was leaning my head against my arms. And I guess the lady came by with the cart for drinks, and I like tried to lean on the cart while she had it there. And so they had to wake me up so they could move the cart because I was literally sleeping on it. And then I kept waking up, and like a few times it seemed like there were like faces staring at me like right in front of me. And I kept, like, going in and out of it.
That sounds like it's way more anxiety inducing.
It was very... No, it was like it was just happening to me. I wasn't thinking about it at all. I was like, whoa. Yeah, exactly. It was pretty nice.
Cool.
I don't have too much of an addictive thing. Example, I smoked cigarettes while I was in Amsterdam.
Oh.
Like pretty regularly.
Wow, I haven't seen you smoke a cigarette in a long time.
Yeah, I haven't in a long time. But I went to a cafe, and I saw someone rolling up a cigarette and having a beer, and it was like a nice sunny day.
Is
I was
tobacco better there?
No.
It's the same?
It's the same. They just smoke like American tobacco brands.
Okay.
But he was rolling up a cigarette, and I was like, wow, that looks really nice. Maybe I'll just buy like a pouch of tobacco while I'm here. So I did that. And yeah, I think I probably could get addicted to cigarettes, but like I was just able to smoke them at will and have not had a craving to smoke a cigarette again since I left. And that was always kind of the case for me. But anyways, if I could get addicted to anything, I could see like pills being kind of a problem. That's like
they're just so easy.
They're so easy to take. I love like that's what I seek in any drug experience, or most of the time is just being kind of blissful and out of it. Mm-hmm. You can consistently get that with pills.
The edges a little bit.
Yeah, it's numbing.
Well,
but I could probably get addicted to heroin too.
I mean, yeah, I think you would.
Yeah.
Kind of for the same reason. Like, I mean, heroin sounds fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I think if everything went my way, like in the last 10 years of my life, I would start doing heroin. Yeah. Because, I don't know, it seems crazy.
I feel the same way.
I'm not gonna do it because I'm sure by the time I'm within the last 10 years of my life, I'll be frail and sad, and I'll have like family and stuff. But it just sounds so enticing to just have that extreme euphoria for like an extended period of time, because I don't think it's really possible to get that like naturally. Like you definitely have to have some sort of substance.
I've had it running a few times.
I mean,
I'm just joking. Yeah.
okay, I was gonna say that doesn't seem like the same type of euphoric high. I'm sure that
my runners highs, bro, are so fucking crazy, dudes. So nice.
You are a sad person with no hobbies or friends.
Running is one of my hobbies. It's more of a health activity.
Do you actually run? I'm curious.
Yeah, I do. I run a lot.
Okay. You're in shape. You're very in shape.
I'm in shape. I have to work out or else I want to kill myself.
Damn.
Yeah.
We're like the opposite in that regard. Because if I work out, I want to kill myself.
Just while you're working out, though. And then you feel good after, right?
No.
Oh, really?
I think if I did it regularly, I think I would feel good afterwards. But usually, if I do anything incredibly physical, then the next day I feel horrible. Yeah. But I think I live a physical lifestyle.
Yeah, you have a very active job. You got 20,000 steps. You were saying, or average 20,000 a day.
I don't normally, but I was for a bit there. Mostly just because I was wandering around being confused.
Yeah,
but
no, you're definitely not out of shape. Like,
I mean,
your job keeps you very much.
I think
in shape,
I'm just a little. I got a little extra, but it's mostly just like I think it's carbs, man. I eat a lot of carbs.
Carbs are killer.
And I love carbs too.
I love carbs too.
A lot of people say
up bread. Mm-hmm. I eat so much bread.
Well, and you're vegetarian, so you
so I have
kind of have to.
Yeah, I eat a lot of protein though.
Sure.
I was free to move this mouse. Ah, God damn it! Keep talking.
Okay, I'm not gonna keep talking if you go away because I'm not just gonna like talk to myself. That's fucking weird. I stopped right before you said that, and I'm gonna continue to keep the awkward silence going. Okay, so with your permission, I'm gonna bring up something that I think kind of ties into some episode that we've already released by the time this is being recorded. But it kind of just more is me airing a grievance that I have, which is, I mean, it boils down to just how are people so fucking stupid and unable to gather like basic, like context clues for themselves. And it all revolves around this fucking song that I'm going to say I discovered this in a regretful manner. Are you combing your mustache in the middle of the podcast?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, my God. Well, I take everything bad that I've ever said about you. Because that was fucking awesome.
I do that often. That's not the first time I've done that in the middle of a pod.
Really? Yeah. I've never noticed. That's fucked.
It's become it's nice. It's become kind of.
You're brushing your hairs over your lip, though.
No, I do it down and to the side, kind of.
Okay.
Like that. It's kind of an angle.
I don't want to try it because that'd be.
Do you want to try it?
No, I feel like that's like you put that really close to your mouth.
This sode is sponsored by Kent handmade mustache combs. They're
want one of
handmade
those.
in England.
Damn,
feels so nice.
Did you get that in England?
No, I got it on Amazon. I'm such a fucking loser, dude.
Okay. Oh God.
Jesus
All right.
Christ.
I'm crying. Anyway. Yeah. So. Fuck. How do we just go straight back into this? Basically, I've been watching YouTube Shorts, which I feel bad about because I think YouTube Shorts are like the lowest brow of entertainment, and there's like the least substance required to make a YouTube short. Usually an Instagram reel is just a TikTok, and people I feel like try with TikToks. So that's like slightly different. YouTube Shorts, I don't see a ton of like TikToks on YouTube Shorts.
No. And YouTube Shorts only are a thing because like people realized that you can trick the algorithm easily if you just produce shorts. So it's just fucking everyone just cutting shit from their videos.
Yeah, most shorts, not all shorts, but most shorts are just clips from videos on YouTube. And a thing that pisses me off about shorts is I think, and I could be wrong, but based on the shorts that I tend to see, if you, whether or not you enjoy the short that you happen to stumble upon, it kind of adds it to your algorithm if you spend more than like 5 seconds watching it. So I've been getting this song in my shorts a lot, which is, I don't know if you know it. It's this, Go Woke, Go Broke.
No.
It's a song by Jokes on Wokes. However, on shorts, it's being pushed as a song by Jason Aldean. And it even says it's by Jason Aldean right here.
Are you sure it's not Jason Aldean?
I'm 100% sure. And so this is, we'll listen to the song later, but this came up on my shorts so much, and so many people were like, this song is awesome. This is my favorite song. And like tagging Jason Aldean, saying it's a song by Jason Aldean, and listening to it, I was just like, there's no way this is by Jason Aldean. So I Googled it. Literally a 5-second Google search showed that it's not by Jason Aldean. It's also interesting too because it was posted by this page, Jokes on Wokes.
Is that a right-wing page or something?
It's just like it's essentially a page that makes shorts and like algorithm-based content.
Okay.
For like YouTube,
leaning
TikTok,
any way though? Is there like
leaning incredibly right?
Okay.
And so that's the thing. Everyone that's posting it is like, they're basically just being like, I agree with this. Like, I've seen a bunch of comments that are like, as a black man, I agree with this, or like, as a Asian woman, I agree with this. Like, it's very, 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 very interesting
thing to find on YouTube.
No one in a single comment that I have seen on any of the like hundreds of shorts at this point, or reels, whatever it might be, that have this song, not a single one is like, yo, this isn't by Jason Aldean. All of these people seem to think this song is by Jason Aldean. And the interesting thing is the Jokes on Wokes page, they say that it's not by Jason Aldean, and like in the comments, there's like a disclaimer that's like, disclaimer, this is not by Jason Aldean.
Did they use
has
like
no
AI generated Jason Aldean
That's
vocals?
what Google says, but Jokes on Wokes says there was no AI used to create the song. So either they used a sound-alike, but that's the thing. I don't listen to Jason Aldean, and I have never listened to Jason Aldean.
I couldn't tell you.
But as soon as I heard this, I knew that this wasn't Jason Aldean, because first of all, he would never ever release a song that has anything like this in it. You'll know what I'm talking about when you hear it. And second of all, I don't think it really sounds like Jason Aldean. Like, it sounds roughly like it could. It's just like male country singer voice. It's not like specifically Jason Aldean. But everyone on shorts.
Which is funny if there's just any generic male country vocal, people just assume Jason Aldean, especially if it's like right wing controversial. Did you listen to or follow the Try That in a Small Town drama? Yeah,
well, and so I discovered that in like a backwards way because I had never really paid attention to Jason Aldean, didn't know who he was, went down this Go Woke, Go Broke rabbit hole, and then discovered the Try That in a Small Town stuff, which I think is still a very light, like all the stuff in that song that he discusses is still like a very light version of what this is. And this is literally just like, it's literally just people saying like, fuck anyone who does not agree with my exact point of view or perspective, which like, I mean, I'm just going to say like, I thought fucking liberals were supposed to be the snowflakes, but if your mentality in life is literally just fuck everyone who doesn't agree with anything that I believe in, then like that's fucking weak. And I've seen this so many times by so many different people on Instagram and so many comments being like, I agree with this. This is fucking awesome. That's just like, it truly makes me feel like we're living in a simulation, because it's a 3-parter to how fucking stupid people are. How are they so stupid that they agree with what's being said? How are they so stupid that they don't even realize that it's not Jason Aldean? And how are they so stupid that they see someone else do it on shorts and they're like, I'm going to do this exact same fucking thing. I'm just going to put the song on and I'm going to just like nod my head and like.
Okay, so I was going to ask. Let's listen to the song in a second, but what is the content itself of the short? It's just people showing themselves.
Yeah, after we listen to this, I'll try to find some shorts that have this. And I mean, it's literally, it's the lowest common denominator. It requires no effort. And it's so overdone by so many people where I see it and I'm just like, how can you possibly be one of those people?
This is going to make, all of this is going to make me angry. But let's do it.
I hope so. Oh,
it even says Jason Aldean in the...
Oh, man, it's not... Hold on.
Select your computer output.
Dude, why does this happen randomly? Like...
You can count on me. Well, fill the space while you're doing this. Russell Brand has been in the news, everyone, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks for...
I don't know if you heard.
Yeah, thank you a lot for bringing that up.
Apparently he did the old sexual assault on a few people. No bueno, man. This world is crazy. Oh, you're a vampire. There to drain.
I don't know. Okay, so
I was singing System of the Down really well earlier, and Julian shat all over me about it. He said I was bad in ruining it for him. I'm so self-conscious about everything I do. Ooh, I like it so far. I've lost it already. Oh my god.
This is the wrong version.
Oh, okay.
Or wait, maybe it's not.
Are you able to share it? I want to see the lyrics. If there's a lyric version.
This is from YouTube Music. I can try and find...
It's explicit?
Yeah. I don't think this is the right one, but you already...
Hypocritical, liberal. I like that, dude, man. That's a good song.
Hold up. Here we go.
Artist.
So this is the original. It says right there, artist jokes on
Let's get this to number one. Dear
CMT.
What's CMT? Oh, country music? No. What's CMT?
I have no idea.
Good luck coming back from that. Just tell us, what were you thinking?
What were you thinking?
Can we were drinking? Trade all you want, you're still sinking down. Fuck Bud Light, fuck CMT, yeah, fuck Target and fuck Disney. These hypocritical woke liberals know they're never gonna learn. It seems they're calling me stupid, calling me dumb, driving this song to
Which...
now fuck around and find out you joke. Go broke.
So, like, just having never listened...
What's wrong with Adidas?
They made, like, trans shoes. They're mad at Sesame Street.
Sleepy Joe, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Fuck Bud Light, fuck CMT, yeah, fuck Target.
I just want to say, too, this, I am in no way, like, a woke liberal or, like, a Joe Biden supporter. Like, I am not right-wing, you know? Like, I'm not fucking conservative.
Mm-hmm.
I also don't think that Joe Biden should, like, be president. I don't think Trump should be president. Like, I think no one who is currently running should be president, basically. But just the amount of, just willful ignorance to something like this is just mind-blowing to the point where it's like the message behind this is literally just fuck everyone who isn't a conservative,
who isn't Trump and racist.
Yeah,
this feels like that the creator of this song is gonna come out in 2 weeks and been like, hey, I wrote that as like under the assignment of writing the worst country song with the most like
you're looking at it
idiotic
way
lyrics.
Too positively. You're looking at it way too positively.
But like being like, if you shared that, you're a fucking dumbass.
You would,
like, because I did that as a joke. You're a Neanderthal
you would
idiot.
hope.
That, like,
you would hope. But this entire page is dedicated to things like this, where they know
how does that
this audio will be pasted into shorts and recycled. Like, okay, and the background for this like lyric video is from a Jason Aldean show.
Concert, yeah.
And so they say at the beginning, this is not a Jason Aldean song. This is by Jokes on Wokes or whatever. And then there's a disclaimer that says like this is not Jason Aldean. There was no AI involved whatsoever in making this song.
So who are the musicians that made it?
I don't
know. Jokes
know.
on Wokes can't be an entire band of country music.
And this song was clearly made like entirely in a computer. Everything about it is synthesized. So
let's read some of the comments real quick. I want to see what people are feeling about this. As a black man, I approve this message. Badass song.
Thank you for being bold enough to speak the truth.
Imagine listening and be like, hey, badass.
My mother taught me swear words need to be saved for a special occasion. This is one of them. It's just like, okay, so me, I and you, and like most reasonable people, I would hope they don't take the approach of fuck everyone who doesn't have the same belief system that I do. Mm-hmm. Just on default, if you don't fuck with Trump, I don't fuck with you. If you fuck with Bud Light, I don't fuck with you. If you fuck with Adidas, I don't fuck with you. Like, fuck you. And yet, like, they accuse us of being like the weak ones, or not us, but like the left, the average people in the middle, the centrists who don't take strong approaches like that. We're just pussies, like. But they're the ones who and you would hope this would be so lowbrow and miss so many average people, but all I see is what look like incredibly average people recycling this and being like, I approve of this. And it's just so disheartening. It's really sad because it's like, what do we do? What do we do to get like integrity back into art, first of all? And then second of all, what do we do to get people to a point where they can like drink a beer that they like they don't like the can necessarily, but they like the beer, so they'll still get the beer. Like, they like Adidas, they don't necessarily approve of everything Adidas has done, but they like get the shoes still. Like, I don't know, that kind of just like centrist belief seems to be completely fucking gone.
As an American, I definitely approve this message. Love all my American brothers and sisters.
And then
obviously not. You hate trans people and Democrats.
We need to get this song to number one in Britain.
Worst British guy ever. Whoever produced this needs to make more. I can't stop listening.
Finally, a group stands up, not afraid and not scared to be canceled, and no apologize. No apologies.
And no apologies. Can we find out what CMT is and what is it? Country music TV is CMTV, right?
Yeah.
Okay. No, it's country music.
It's
country music television. Okay, I thought it was CMTV. What did they give a trans person an award or something?
I have no idea.
Why fuck CMT?
Maybe just because they're too mainstream.
Hmm. I mean, all the places they've listed that's to fuck this and that are things that have shown trans support in some way.
Yeah, or just anything that is inclusive in any way, basically.
Yeah.
All right, let's finish the song.
Go, go, bro.
It's I mean, you basically heard the whole thing, but
Fuck the life, fuck CMT. The silent majority will tell you with the wallet. We didn't beat up Jussie Smollett. Fuck the life, fuck CMT. Yeah, fuck Target and fuck Disney. Damn all these miserable fucking liberals. No, they're never gonna learn. It seems they're calling me stupid, calling me dumb. Driving this song to number one. Should've known it by now. Fuck around and find out you choke.
yeah. The thing that pisses me off, and then okay, there's a picture of Jason Aldean for the Jokes on Wokes little thumbnail.
It looks horrible.
So the thing about the driving this song to number one that makes me really laugh is that this song isn't on like streamers, and this song isn't. It can't be categorized
what does a number
as
one song even mean anymore? It's not on Apple Music. I couldn't find this.
No. There's a link here for it. Maybe I just.
Well, this is an iTunes thing, and this will definitely go to number one on iTunes. The only shit that goes to number one on iTunes now is like, wait, oh my god, look at that album art. What the hell is this?
Like that looks like an AI generated piece of art.
Yeah, it does. It just is a $sign and a blue-haired woman. Dude, this is a level of.
Okay.
It's like this shit's scary to me. Not scary in the way that it's just weird that there are people like this out there, and that I don't know what I'm trying to articulate.
That's the thing. Like that's what scares me. Is like I don't know. I just see regular people. I see regular people on shorts that like.
Fuck Netflix too, fuck Starbucks, Barbie, Whoopi in the View, fuck Biden, Kamala, AOC,
Like she's not even doing anything besides
just
smiling and nodding.
Her whole page is
This
probably
song
just
broke
like
the internet.
Gen Reacts.
No, literally just Gen Reacts.
Yeah.
But like, she doesn't look like the type of. Sorry to like put people in a box. She doesn't look like the type of extreme conservative that would be like, let's fucking go, fuck everybody.
I don't think she has a thought in her head.
But
I think
this
she's just-
this shit's trending, and she reacts to shit that's trending. So this wound up on her shorts feed because she needed to react to a trending video, and she's just pretending to be super down with it.
Yeah, there's so much of this shit. Like, there's just like a bunch of like dudes in the Middle East who just like take a viral TikTok and then just put the viral TikTok slightly over their face, and that's the TikTok, and that goes viral. Netflix, go.
Oh, fuck.
Man,
But
YouTube's-
that's another thing. This thumbnail is from a different short.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen that dude reacting to the song, and then the thumbnail
Wow.
takes me to a different video. So
this
like,
is so trippy.
these are clearly all just like designed to get you to click on something that you don't really know what it is, and then, I mean, just hope that people are getting sucked in. I don't know. Like, it is confusing when I'm like somewhat sucked into shorts, and I'm just like most of my shorts are like car videos or like drum videos or gear videos, and then every now and then this just pops up, and it's like, what? Like, why is this? Like, it's not even. And of course, Jason Aldean's right there. And if you pop into the comments, I mean,
all the good people support this song in our battle against
there was
evil.
no AI
Dude,
making
this
it.
is disturbing.
This says there's no AI involved in the making of this video. It never once says Jason Aldean was not involved in the making of this video. And Jokes on Wokes, again, their profile picture is Jason Aldean. Jason Aldean is nodding his head back and forth in the corner of this short. And like, it's just like pasted images of stuff.
Yeah,
like, there's not even
dude,
a person
I
in this
can't.
one. It's like and 55,000 likes.
I can't watch any more of this. This is horrible, man.
It's
Dude,
just like
this is so dark and disturbing, and
this is where this is where the majority of people are getting their not the majority, but this is where a chunk of people are getting their like straight up entertainment, and they're just like not questioning anything about it. Again, I believe that most of them don't even feel super passionately about the song itself. They just know it's trending. And the whole entire thing about being popular on the internet is like reacting to stuff that's already been made or remaking a version of something that someone else has already made so that you can trend on that. And like none of it has any substance or merit behind it whatsoever.
I'll go down these sorts of rabbit holes often, and what I always trip out about is like there probably is no single person that's like the jokes on woke person. Like that's probably some strange, super dark, weird like page that's owned by another page that's owned by some corporation that's part of a media management thing.
It probably is, again, not even the people that make it don't even necessarily feel that strongly about it. They just
or like
know
even
that
no one knows who actually made it. Like it just like somehow.
Oh yeah, jokes on wokes. What is that?
Yeah,
who is that?
It's no one. It's nothing.
What is that? People? Is that a person? Is it like I don't know? Are they monetizing off of this? Are they just? I mean, it's so insane.
And at the same time, are the people
videos
commenting?
that they post are all like 2 minutes long? So it's like clear that all the content that's being posted, the main goal is that it is going to be clipped as audio for TikToks, or it's going to be clipped as audio for shorts. Like they want their shit to just be taken and pushed and pushed and pushed, and that requires very little effort from their side of things making it, and then it requires very little effort from like the people that are recycling it.
Yeah.
And that's all this is. It's all just text and pasted images, and like I know you said you're done, but like this literally is Jason Aldean concert footage that makes it look like Jason Aldean is performing it.
It's so bizarre, the Jason Aldean thing. Well, and it's it's obvious because he had the try this in a small town controversy.
This happened
and they're like,
before.
really?
Like, this song has been
before?
around longer than the try that in a small town shit.
Whoa.
And I think in a weird way, not to like make this all into a conspiracy, but I think his try that in a small town song was like his version of a response to all this stuff happening on the internet, because he hasn't actually he himself has not said anything about this.
That was going to be my next question.
He hasn't made a tweet or a post being the Go Woke Go Broke song is not me. Like, or at least if he has, I have not been able to find it, because I did go down. I mean, I was by myself in Colorado Springs. I went down a little bit of a wormhole on this, so I had nothing else to do.
That's a dark day, brother. Alone in Colorado Springs in that small white room you were in, just
it's a conservative town, and the amount of conservative things that I was just feeling and seeing were making me already like feel mad. And then that's the thing. This just keeps popping up in my shorts because the first time that I saw it, I listened through it once because I was like, what the fuck is this? It's crazy. It is so crazy that I had to keep watching it and listening to it. And then when it was over, I scrolled up and I was like, I fucking hated that. Yeah. And then it just kept popping up, and now it just shows up like all the time for months. And his Go Woke Go Broke thing, his try that in a small town controversy, like I think he's definitely responded to that like fully. He's been doing press, and like he's made tweets, he's been on social media about it, like he's definitely addressed it. But like this, and you'd think as an artist you'd want to be like, this is not me. And I feel like there's no way he doesn't know about it, because I mean, that video that we just clicked on has 1.4 million views.
Oh, yeah. All of these are like above 500,000.
We'll go into the comments of this one. I'll mute it.
This song represents the majority of Americans. Finally, a celebrity was so that person thinks it's Jason Aldean.
Genuinely think it's him. A lot of people. And I, again, have never listened to Jason Aldean, and as soon as I heard this and saw that people said it was Jason Aldean, I was like, there is no fucking way. Even someone like Jason Aldean would release something like this as like a joke song or like something that they hope trends because like it has no artistic integrity to it whatsoever.
People are actually like these. It's got to be a lot of bots, and then also like if you actually like found the person that commented that, if there are real people, that's just got to be like I mean, it'd be so interesting to talk to any of these people where you do like, first, you actually believe that's a good song. Second, you think it has a good message. And dude, there's so many weird patterns in these comments that makes me think it's some sort of conspiracy or like coordinated effort to get something popular. Like the whole like, as a blah, 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 I support this message.
I think that those comments might be bots, like as a black man, I support this.
Yeah.
But even the people that create those bots are clearly doing that with the intent of like flooding comment sections with things that misrepresent.
Yeah.
But then a lot of these comments, like, I would think, yeah, maybe this song represents the majority of Americans. That could definitely, and the way that it's at the top of the comments, they clearly were in early. That could be a bot. But then when you go deeper, like,
generally not a country guy.
A lot of these definitely are real people.
Song of the year.
As an Englishman, I love true and real America. Like, that sounds like it could be a bot.
Yeah, that's a bot.
But then something like, We Stand With Jason Aldean, the left boycotted a song, we made it a number one hit. That's definitely a real person.
Life is we live in such a strange world now.
And that's the thing.
We're making it out of Texas with this one. What does that mean?
I have no idea.
I'll be buying it. On iTunes.
I'm listening to it.
Yeah.
Like, it's 2 minutes and 50 seconds of the same thing. And
Jason Aldean is now my favorite country artist. Wow.
Yeah. It's insane. As someone not on the left or right, and someone who tries to look at things from every perspective before making a decision, everything said in this song was sheer fact.
Sure.
And that's the other thing that's weird to me about this. And
Target, that's a fact.
I think that's why I feel like people don't necessarily like buy into the strength of the messaging of this as much as they claim to, is because a lot of these people say like, I'm not left or right, but I agree with this. And it's like, you just agree with the idea.
A lot of things.
Yeah, I agree with the idea of like the world being in a more scary place than it was. I think you don't necessarily agree with fuck Target, fuck Adidas, fuck Bud Light, fuck CMT. Like you just agree with the idea of being able to say fuck this because it's like an intense time in the world right now, and a lot of people I think just feel like fed up. But yeah, it's crazy, and I like pretty much to no end think that people that consume this type of media and people that like really genuinely enjoy this type of media are like mouth breathing, lowbrow, fucking like the most sheeple type of people.
Yeah, it's literally just brain dead.
You literally don't have to think about it at all. And you don't have to put any work into creating something around it. Like none of these reels have any sort of effort.
People
whatsoever.
really hate Megan Rapinoe, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Germans for Trump.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I mean, I'm sure a fair amount of this content could also be made by bots.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and that's just the idea of
that's so strange.
Bots in this type of media to just further separate us, and it's working because people don't have the capability to realize like what's happening at all.
If they had recorded or written this and just given it to Jason Aldean, sold it to him, I'm sure he would have loved to have made this. Like,
I genuinely don't think he would have made a song that said like fuck this, fuck this, fuck this, fuck this. He probably would have made something a little bit more a little bit more like hidden in its messaging,
subtle.
which is why I think he got so much like shit for Try That in a Small Town, because a lot of what he says has like double meanings or hidden messages.
I don't know, man. I'm wigging out on this. Let's change the topic. This is I'm literally like spiraling into.
I had to bring you there because that's where I was too.
No,
I was in there.
This is the type of stuff I do like finding and like tripping out about, but then I like do get to like, if you think about it too much, like, what the fuck's happening? Like,
yeah,
I'm gonna have a panic attack. This is also fucking crazy and dumb and stupid.
It's just like, what is the world we're living in?
Yeah.
Why is the vast majority, and I mean, we can boil it down to something that's not even political. Why is the vast majority of content that is like highly viewed and highly recycled under a minute long? Why does so much of it require no intellectual effort?
That's the other thing. All that is just very obvious, like clinging on to evolutionary like mechanisms that we have built in to make things popular, just like grabbing the algorithm, like all of the like flashing emojis in the visuals of the shorts we saw and shit like that. It's like, if you ever go to Vegas and like do a slot machine, all the bells and whistles, you're like, I can tell this is like working on me on a primal level and is very much targeted to do so, but it's working on me. And like, you have to be a Neanderthalish person, like I said, for that level of it to work on you and have pretty fucking dumbass slots in the first place. Yeah. But like, that's what it's doing.
For that, something like that to be enough to like frame your viewpoint on life.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I hate Bud Light because I heard this song by Jason Aldean. It's not by Jason Aldean. You don't know why you actually hate Bud Light.
And it's like, funny to also like actually think that Target or any of the companies like believe in that anyways. Like,
yeah, they do it for popularity.
They do. Yeah, exactly. It's not like they don't have any beliefs either. Like, rebelling against an idea they had is fucking pointless because as many of them have done things on the right, on the left, as they have on the left.
Yeah. And
it's all just, pandering for whatever. And like,
no, the majority of those major companies never did anything until it became
And in fact,
trendy.
This is part of the point of doing that for them anyways. It's like, just get shit in the zeitgeist, no matter whether it's good or bad. Just get the brand out there. Like,
but they know that it doesn't have to be good. I think they deliberately
that's
know
exactly
that,
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that like any press is good press sort of thing. Like, no, there's just some weird monkey thing we have built into us where if people are saying Target a lot, even if it's fuck Target on some dumbass country song that a bunch of listen to, that people will still want to shop at Target even if they are the ones saying fuck Target.
Yeah. Well, but there's a duality to that, because I think there is a majority of people that literally said fuck Bud Light and then stopped drinking Bud Light and took it a step further. Like the same thing with burning their Nikes. Like they were shooting Bud Light cans, and like that is like there has to be some sort of give to it, because I mean, if you go deep enough into anything, like you're gonna find someone on something that you don't agree with, like in any organization, any company, and no matter like if it's food or beer or clothing or a fucking car, like.
But the Bud Light thing, like obviously people stopped buying Bud Light at that moment. It sunk their stock. But there's no way that's going to destroy Bud Light forever. And I bet if you put it in like a macro sense, like if we look like 50 years from now, being like, strangely, like 18 months after all these companies got canceled or like protested for going woke, there was like a 50% at least increase 18 months after the incident. Like, yeah, I'm sure, it's going to be something like that. It'd be like, no one really knows what it is. There's just some bizarre, like, macro movement that humans aren't aware of or in control of that these corporations were able to ride. And so it's stupid to believe in anything at all. That's the more I'm feeling. That's how I feel. That's my philosophy now on.
It's definitely, it's the one thing that it's important to care about is, I think, like just the like digesting and receiving like genuinely made content, like things that are made with a genuine effort and aren't made to be divisive and polarizing. Like,
Absolutely.
there's a lot of...
And the good thing is it's easy to tell that
Mm-hmm.
it's no one's getting any better at blending. Well, in some ways I guess they are, but I was going to say like that level of divisive, like propaganda-ish songwriting will never be able to be perceived as like a genuine thing. Although some people obviously do perceive it as genuine, but yeah.
Well, and a lot of people also fear that the longer it kind of sneaks its way into like the mainstream, like social media platforms and just media outlets in general, like the harder it will be for people to discern like the real from the fake.
Yeah.
And I think, I don't know, like I kind of thought that was bullshit at first. I was like, people will definitely know, but then now I don't know. Like bots definitely are on the comments, like reaffirming it, making it seem more real. Like, oh, I can't believe Jason Aldean wrote this, but
Yeah.
like real people also definitely seem to think it's Jason Aldean,
Well,
which is like it definitely isn't. And if you have the ability to like contextualize the rest of Jason Aldean's catalog or just like the music industry in general, like I don't really think you would be convinced that that's Jason Aldean instantly.
No, but so what I worry this is doing for people is making them think that nowadays the only value of music is its application in videos like that or in TikToks or whatever. That to the masses, to younger people, the point of music is for it to be catchy, kind of like a novelty song with something like either controversial or funny that's like very blatant and obvious, that like there can no longer be music for the art of writing music, that it has to have some sort of, you know, weird novel thing like that. That like what kids will be listening to are just collections of songs that were viral in TikToks and stuff, you know? And like, and then because of that, there's now a push way more for people to write TikTok songs. And I've like, sometimes you can, if you listen to a song, it does seem subtle, but if like you start to think about it, you're like, that seems like maybe something that I tried to write to get on TikTok, or like that line they like were hoping was going to be picked up in like a TikTok trend.
Thankfully, none of the shit that I really listen to feels that way to me.
Yeah.
Because I think we both listen
nothing
to
I
shit
like
that's
genuinely.
genuine.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I do think that you're right in the sense that a lot of people who don't necessarily care what they're listening to don't notice that that's happening.
Yeah.
And the other thing that's interesting about that is like, I mean, kind of like what started the whole conversation for me was the song's 2 minutes and 50 seconds, and yet it's crammed full of one very distinct message that obviously you can only really take one thing away from it. And all content seems to be kind of getting that way. Like, it's all short and sweet.
Oh, yeah, totally.
So that you can pick up one very
it's all, everyone's just getting addicted
message
to
and then
content.
move on to the
digestible,
next one. Which obviously doesn't require you to process anything at a deeper level or like really question anything that you're seeing.
Well,
at
and it works
a
on me
level.
too, and it's like it feels like it's breaking my brain.
It did, because like I said, the first time I saw it, I watched the entire thing, and then as I scrolled through it, I was like, why did I just watch that?
Yeah,
why didn't I just instantly skip over it?
Just short stuff in general. I find myself just craving reels, and like everybody else does, but like I have noticed it making a difference in my ability to like focus on anything, or I feel like it's depleting my IQ, and
I think
I feel like dumber than ever.
I don't think I don't think it necessarily makes us dumber. I think it just changes the way we like perceive the way we should be like digesting content, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like because for so long we were told that like long form media is really where you'll get like the most information, that we feel now that if it's short and sweet, that it automatically is bad, even if it is like a genuinely good piece of content. And I mean, the flip side of that to me is like long form content is getting super popular again. Like podcasts are bigger than they've ever been.
Yeah,
albums are getting longer. Like maybe not necessarily like mainstream top 40 songs, but like rock albums are getting longer again. I feel like metal albums are getting longer. I mean, Kendrick is one of the biggest artists in the world, and he released like a double album last year. Like, I think people still desire long form content. I think they just have
But
a hard,
now the
like,
value of long form content is that you can clip it down into shorts and shit.
if that's your goal in the long
Yeah.
term, then sure. And I mean, we are going to do that to like this podcast.
True.
We're going to clip it up and we're going to try to use
For
those
net.
clips to like push it. But
Yeah.
that doesn't take away from the fact that we're trying to make something genuine. And
True.
the only way to like really present something genuine on the internet is to clip it up and make it short enough that
But
it
we
grabs
use
someone.
those clips as promotion for.
Sure.
But I
Well, and I
feel like
think
there's
that's what I
some
see.
podcasts that exist only to be like, we can from this podcast we're going to try to make a lot of outrageous moment and get shorts off of them,
Maybe
and then the
like
shorts
Rhett
are
and
going
Link.
to play. Yeah, the shorts are going to get played billions of times,
But
and we're
again-
going to make revenue from that, and the podcast is secondary to that. It's just an
That's
opportunity.
like lowbrow content again.
Yeah,
So,
true.
which I mean, that lowbrow
You're
content
right. I'm
does
getting-
trend
yeah.
very. I think there's two distinct things going on. People either are craving short and stupid, or they're beginning to crave genuine long form because it's been kind of missing for so long. And maybe that's just me being optimistic about it, because I think that the reality of the shorts and the clips of long form, and even just people taking other people's content and trying to present it as their own content, like all of that is incredibly depressing.
no, it's also
and
bizarre.
angering.
Yeah,
And
it is
we're
really.
not like, I'm pretty sure we've said this before on this podcast, but like humans were never supposed to be absorbing so much at once. Like it was, our brains aren't meant to like scroll from thing to thing to thing to thing to thing and just like mindlessly,
Consume.
because we're going to continue, our brains are going to continue to process information long after we think we've turned those things off.
Yeah.
And our brain's ability to like focus or process information is going to change if we are just constantly fed shorter and shorter versions of things. And like, I mean, I also feel like there's a lot of times when I can't focus on something. I'll put on an episode of something that I want to watch or a podcast that I want to listen to, and then like 10 minutes later I'll be doing something else because like I get bored of it. And it's like, I feel like that is a result of me spending so much time just scrolling from thing to thing mindlessly, and being trained that if I don't instantly engage with something, I can just scroll to the next thing and engage with that instead. And that I also don't have to question or like analyze what's in front of me. I can just be like, oh, that's a crazy thing, like, and then move on.
Whoa, I like that. Huh.
Yeah.
Next one. To go back to something we were talking about earlier, we'll have to do a whole episode on this and do some research beforehand and find like the cringiest TikTok reel bands. Because I just, that's one thing I get excited to see is when a band makes like a very cringy TikTok that does well, and you can see they have a huge like social media following. But to me personally, like if you're popular on TikTok for like making videos that are pandering like that, I don't know how anyone could like ever be a genuine fan of the band. That'd be like a huge obstacle for me to get over. Is like your TikTok shit sucks,
Yeah.
but your music's good or whatever. There's not any bands who have TikToks like that where I like their music, but it's like a fine line I try to walk.
It's
for
also
us
kind of
too.
that thing where like I struggle to I even identify if those are real bands or not. Like the people that post only on reels, and like every riff or idea that they have is just 20 seconds or 30 seconds on a reel, and then you like look them up on Spotify and they're not there. It's like,
Well,
how are you even a fucking band? Like,
yeah, there are so many bands that don't even put their own music in it. It's just like some weird thing. Like and there's always like trends. So I'll see the same band make, different bands make the same TikTok over and over. Like there was one a while ago that was like, point of view, you found a band who isn't big enough yet to ignore their fans and like blah blah blah, and still messages their fans back. And it'll have like 120,000 likes and like all these like body comments that all seem the same. And then there was like another one I saw recently that a bunch of people were doing where it's like, hey, could you do me a favor and press a few buttons? I'm really trying to make this folk music thing work. And it's just them kind of sitting, staring off, playing guitar. I saw like 100 versions of that same TikTok. And like, it's just so like, if there was a band I liked that I saw do that, I'd be like, I don't think I can like you anymore. Like, I don't think I could ever get over someone doing something that fucking idiotic and pandering.
Yeah. Which I think, again, separates like the two different groups of people. The people that don't care and are only out there for short and stupid content, and then the people that actually are at a deeper level, like, wait, this feels weird.
Yeah.
And that's like where I'm at right now, is especially with like the TikToks and the Reels, is like, yeah, you'll see 100 different versions of pretty much the same exact thing by different people.
Yeah.
And they are only doing it because they saw it done and they're like, oh, I think I want to do that too. And it's like, I can't really remember a time in my life before now where I saw someone do something and I desired to do and create like exactly the same thing in hopes that it would also get popular. Like,
yeah.
And then it also works on me a lot. Like, especially on Instagram, I'll see like a version of a video, and I'll be like, that's fucking awesome. And then I'll see like the original way afterwards, and the original is always way better, whether it's like a meme or like a song or just someone reacting to something or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
And we should do a whole episode on reacts, because I honestly think that reacts are fucking garbage too. And like,
of course they are.
Even people that I really like who make good content that do reacts, I always kind of wonder, like, who is this actually for? Because I don't need to be told how to react to something, and I don't need to form my opinions based on how someone else reacts to something. And those are like the only reasons why I could think of why a react video would be made, is like to gauge how my opinion should be, or to like again try to like recreate that same.
Do you think there's
reaction.
any people who there's a well-known thing in people that like we're kind of attracted to things that we dislike passionately, and like,
oh, totally.
You know, so do you think there are people who are intentionally like, I'm going to make react videos and act so unlikable in the video that people would be drawn to watching it because people like being like, oh, fuck this guy. Like, because I watch video, like, if I see him like, oh, here's another one of the videos I fucking hate, let me watch it, so I get a little surge of anger in my day, and that feels good for some reason.
No, I mean, I that's kind of why I go down these rabbit holes in a weird way, is because I'm fueled by the anger.
Yeah.
And I like feeling like I am paying attention in ways that other people aren't.
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of an asshole.
That's another
that way.
thing. Yeah. I guess it's a thing of ours too, that we like feeling elite and being like, if you like this, you're stupid.
Yeah. Not even necessarily elite.
I
Just
could
like,
never be dumb enough to like this.
yeah.
Yeah.
It all, I guess, boils down to elitism, but the way I feel about it when I am trying to like discover these things or learn these things for myself is just, if I know this, then I can tell other people the untruths about it, or I can try to at least pitch the devil's advocate, what seems like the devil's advocate viewpoint of, I think we could be striving for more, and I think we could be doing better for the majority of people who are really only on the internet to get content as a means of like escape from the real world for like a short amount of time.
Yeah.
If Reels were just that, like, a minute, and there's a lot of reels out there that are just like a minute of factual shit or a minute of a good nature scene or, you know, something that's just a really nice temporary escape from reality. And then nowadays it's all just inundated by people playing to the algorithm, bots playing to bots, and
Making
probably
us more divided.
not to like get super political, but probably like foreign countries trying to influence our social media
true. It's
to
probably all-
divide us even further so
Yeah,
that
to
we
weaken
go
us.
to World War III, like, or Civil War II, whatever it is going to be. Like, it all seems so obvious that you would really think people would say this is obvious and this is fucked and this is bad for society, but it's clearly past that point.
All that being said, let's wrap up on a positive note and acknowledge that when you get into these crazy internet rabbit holes, you really do feel like the world is ending, that people are crazier than ever, that there's no hope. But as soon as you spend any time out of the internet and forget about all that shit, you really realize that most people are still normal.
Yep.
The world still has a lot of beauty to offer.
Yep. That's
There
why
is
the
hope to be
comments
had.
are always such a surprise, is because it's like, I know from just dealing with average Americans every single day of my life that average Americans are not like this and they do not feel this way.
Absolutely.
Even if they are Republican or whatever, liberal, doesn't matter what they believe in, they're still able to coexist.
And the people you know, engaging with this content and commenting on it and supporting it are mentally ill people that we've always had in society, that we've just given them something
They
to
have more
focus
of a
on now.
platform
Yeah.
than they've ever had.
And that, like, you know, as long as we don't give into the hate, they can't ever really be a threat to us. As long, because that's all politicians are trying to do, is expand the hate. And, you know, as long as they can't divide us, we're going to be okay. So,
yeah. Well, and I think even though it was kind of a deep, bad wormhole to get into, I did leave it feeling mostly positive, because I do think at the end of the day, our brains, from what I've seen, and I think a lot of people also have felt this way, our brains get to a point where we know we've processed enough, or we've had too much of one thing. And I think we as humans still are at the point where we can reset ourselves. Because I've known, I mean, how many times have you seen someone on Facebook be like, I'm taking a break because social media is killing me?
yeah.
Or someone on Instagram be like, I'm deleting my account because I fucking hate it here. Like, people do get to lines where they're like, I don't enjoy this version of interacting with the world. I don't enjoy this version of absorbing my like knowledge or worldview, whatever it might be. And I think that people, not to be pessimistic, people will lose that in the future. People will get to a point where they are so hopelessly addicted that they can't like, but we're not there yet. And even the people that think that that's Jason Aldean and probably listen to that song in their cars, they still are doing like their version of their best. Like, no one out there, there are people out there who are obviously just malicious and evil, but the vast majority of people are not. They're just living their lives, doing their version of what they think is like the best that they can do, and like they form their worldviews around their situations, and like that's the way humans are meant to be. We're not all meant to feel the same way about everything or think the same way about everything. We're not meant to process so much information at once that it polarizes us against the entire rest of the world. And it's also not our fault that we're in that situation. So I think we're doing our best, like, considering all those things. But at the end of the day, like, I know people that I don't agree with, and I fucking love them, and I know that they love me too. And I think that that will always be like the driving force of humanity, is just the idea that we like care about each other on a human level before like a political or ideological level. So
Well said.
good time for the GoPro to die.
There's our signal. Thanks for listening to podcadzo, everybody.
We'll talk about the arm next week.
Yes, next week. More to follow.
The
on other
armed
topics.
is good.
We will talk about that next week.
The armed is good.
Next week on
The armed is good.
podcadzo.
The armed.
Thank you.
The armed.
Goodbye.